It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you. Because that's New Orleans, and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar. Today we are at Wayfair on Ferret Street, Uptown. And Wayfair is a restaurant and a bar where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass and have a 3-hour happy hour here every day from 4 to 7 and fabulous brunch on the weekend, which is technically Saturday and Sunday. So you come down here any day, 7 days a week, or come down and hang out with us for the next 60 minutes here at Wayfair. Andrew Duhon is back for about 4 weeks in a row, which is a new indoor record.
Yeah, it can't be 4. Is it 4?
I don't know how many it is. Maybe it's 3.
Yeah.
Somebody by the name of Aziza Bayou is here as well. Hi, Aziza.
Howdy.
I thought that was a place, Aziza Bayou, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Down on the bayou.
Down on the Bayou. Is that your real name, Bayou?
It sure is.
It's not really, is it?
Truly.
Is anyone else called Bayou in the world? Have you ever heard that? Hugo Montero is here, our old friend from Casa Borrega.
Man,
amigos.
blast from the past.
Yes, you
It's
might
like old
remember.
times.
Can you remember us talking about Casa Borrega non-stop? Because
We used to
do happy hour at Casa Borrega, and Hugo taught me how to say Borrega.
And I always love how you roll the R's.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
So sexy.
I know, you love it. It really attracts men when I do that.
Yeah.
And do you remember Darcy Malone from Darcy Malone and the Tangle? Hugo?
Hi.
She's been at Casa Borrega before, and Glenn Neubauer is the guitar player
Hello.
Hey, man.
from Darcy Malone and the Tangle
And
band.
I've been to Casa Borrego many times.
Borrega. Borrego would be a male sheep, I suppose, would it? Is that right?
Borrega.
That's right.
So that would be a ram. So Borrega is a sheep. We know that. So
A lamb.
sheep house. Mm-hmm. So Hugo, let's kick it off with how's it going over there at Casa Borrega without us? Are you missing us terribly?
Amazing. Yeah. I actually do.
Miss
I
you
actually
too,
do.
dude. Yeah.
Well, you know. I'm expanding my patio. You know, we have been reviewed by Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal review.
Forbes
What did they say?
magazine.
Overpriced?
Oh, they say that I'm like a cool place with chic Santeria. Chic Santeria looking.
What?
Santeria. Yeah,
Chic.
Chic Santeria. Aziza can...
Thanks for the translation.
Do you speak Spanish,
Thanks for the
Aziza?
translation.
No, I just had a foreign dad, so I'm used to people saying things with an accent.
What nationality is your foreign dad?
Libyan. That's the Bayou last name.
Bayou is a Libyan name.
It is.
Isn't that interesting? Do they have bayous in Libya, or does it mean something else?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Yeah, they do. All my relatives there. Bayou.
Yeah, but what does it mean, bayou? Like the, you know...
How is it spelled?
Bayou. Although my cousins
did
in
not
England
recognize
spelled
that.
it Beayou, which is an unfortunate spelling choice, I think.
B-E-A. So that would be...
B-E-A-Y-O-U. That's B-U.
That'd be like Bo-U.
Yeah, like-
here.
No, there's no U in it.
I don't know. It's British English.
B-U.
B-A-U. B-U.
B.
Well, it could be
It's a
like
great
Bayona,
name.
you know? It could be like Bayona,
What's that? How do you spell that?
like the restaurant.
Oh,
Like, it's just
Bayona.
yeah.
That's pronounced.
Yeah. Well, but
Now we're
but it's
getting-
in Spanish. Bayona.
But that's got a Y in it.
So the Y
no,
is a J.
in Spanish it's Bayona.
Oh.
And it's la calle de Bayona. That's why the restaurant's called Bayona, because it's used to be in the calle de Bayona, which right now is like, I guess it's Baron Street or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Calle is street.
Calle Street in Spanish. Now, you speak Spanish, Darcy?
Un poquito.
How come? What? That's a very convincing accent, by the way.
I know, it's terrible.
Hugo, how do you say un poquito in actual Spanish accent? Not un
Un
poco.
poco.
Un poco.
Un poco.
Try
I
that.
actually believe
Un poco.
That's
I
better.
actually believe that you speak English, Spanish, and computers. The whole world is yours. Sorry for the French heritage. You don't need French. You don't need
Screw the
German.
French,
you
German,
don't need.
they're out.
You don't need Greek. You don't need.
No, that's out.
Any Slavic language.
What
You
about
speak-
Chinese?
You don't need
Screw
it.
the
You don't
Chinese.
need it.
You don't need it.
They speak
Don't need
English
it.
too. So English, Spanish, and computers. The whole world is yours.
Hang on.
Seriously.
English, Spanish,
Wow.
and computers.
Well, I mean,
what is
like
computers?
technology. Yeah.
Like, what does that mean exactly, though?
That you just
Like
that you
Facebook.
just fluent with any digital machine, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean
then I
internet.
speak
I mean
Spanish.
cells.
In that case, you do speak
Speak
Spanish.
zeros and ones.
I speak internet,
Yeah,
Twitter,
Yeah.
But all those things are in different languages. You just mean you just can be fluent with your...
The second largest language in the internet is Spanish, and first is English.
Is it?
Third is
Okay.
Chinese.
So Chinese is pretty important.
You know why?
Despite the fact...
You know why? Because the best
hang on.
information is in English, not in Chinese, not in French, not in Greek. And the second best information is in Spanish. When you Google, when you surf, you can find anything in English, but not in Russian, not in Somalian.
How would you possibly know that?
Because I know it.
'Cause
And
it's
I know
traveled.
that in 2050, there's going to be more Latinos in the United States.
2050.
2050, and in
I'd say
2060,
before
there's
that.
going to be more Asians in the United States. So,
Okay. But
you know,
it's not going to take to 2050, is it, Aziza?
Well, I heard they added googlyar to the Spanish dictionary. I was going to say so. Spanish technology.
But isn't like California already more Hispanic than in English?
Oh, yeah.
So that's already California, which is the most populous state, probably, unless New York is it? So it's not
Well, I
going
mean,
to take...
Hispanics are like the largest minority in the United States over African Americans.
Right.
Not in New Orleans, but, you know.
Do you think, this is my theory, do you agree with me that you could get elected the President of the United States and not have to speak English? You could get elected by speaking Spanish?
In 2050?
See or not? No, right now. Right now.
Well,
No.
right now we
No.
don't
you
officially
won
have
Florida?
English as our language. There's no official language in the United States.
Thank you.
How do
yeah,
you-
yeah,
is that
yeah,
right?
but I do believe that English is the new Esperanto. It is. It is.
Well, there
It
was
is.
no, but Esperanto didn't catch on. Esperanto was supposed to be this international language that we would all speak to.
Exactly, but English is the Esperanto. It's like the language that everybody speaks. You know, I have been with.
I think
I
that's-
just came back. You know, I just came back last night to the USA, and I'm on the
They let you-
immigration.
they
on
let
the
you back
immigration
in?
line. Yes,
All
I
right,
know. I
okay.
know. I have an American passport, sadly.
Where did you
But anyway,
where did you go to?
I was in Mexico. I was in the Paradise Day, but I came to the immigration line on Houston, and you see everybody there:
Right.
Muslims, Indians, Chinese.
Not for long,
and,
though.
And the language,
Kicking them all out.
and the language was English. Wow.
Well, they're coming to the United States, though. If you're coming to the United States, you have
No. But this is like in.
You mean
the,
they're online,
this is
they're
like-
speaking English?
This is like in the American line. Because
Right.
there's like an American line and visitors line.
So
when you
people-
come to
so
the United
people
States-
returning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well, you would think that's pretty normal. If you live in the United States, there's a pretty good chance you probably speak English.
Yeah.
And in case anyone's listening to this and they haven't picked it up yet, you go from Mexico City.
Yeah.
Or Veracruz. Are you from Veracruz?
No, I'm not from Veracruz.
Where'd they get that idea from?
I don't know. There's many people from Veracruz that they claim to be from Mexico City, but it's like somebody from Ohio tells you that he's from New York City, and immediately,
Okay.
this guy's from the Midwest. He's not from New York City.
So Mexico City's where it's at then. So how long have you been here? A long time. A
30
long
years.
time. 30
30
years.
years. 30
So
years.
if you lived in New Orleans a long time ago, you probably saw Hugo down at Jackson Square. He was an artist at Jackson Square. I remember you from those days. You were the guy with the paintings that spun around.
That was one of my jobs.
Yeah.
One of
And-
many jobs.
Do you remember that, you guys? Do you ever see that?
I used to
Darcy,
paint.
are you old
I
enough?
used to paint on the floor across Jackson Square, and I have about 100 people watching me
Right.
doing paintings in 5 minutes, and I dry them with fire. And I used to have a radio, like really, really loud. And I used to sell my paintings to all the tourists. This is like back in the 90s. I did it for 10 years in Jackson Square.
They were on a turntable
It's
sort
very
of thing.
possible.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah. That was one of the jobs.
That was very cool. That was a very cool time, actually, in New
yeah,
Orleans.
I was free.
Did you have an immigration visa? Were you here legally then?
I was legal. In
So
the
that, you've
time.
been legal all the way down the line here.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How'd you pull that off, actually?
I went to college. Actually.
Oh, you started off going to college. So
everything has to do. Everything has to do with education. I work for a cultural foundation. It was called Cordell Hall. The Cordell Hall used to be the equivalent in Spanish to the Codo Field. They used to bring teachers from Latin America to New Orleans to teach Spanish, based in the Spanish heritage. But of course, like the French, they claimed that, that the Louisiana heritage was more important than the Spanish heritage. So little by little, Codo Field started to steal all the jobs from Spanish teachers, and of course, like the common discrimination, even that both are European languages, and even like the New Iberia people, like Rodrigue, it's not Rodrigue, it's Rodriguez. He told me that famous painter,
Rodrigue,
famous
Blue Dog guy.
famous Blue Dog. He told me my last name is Rodriguez, but doesn't sell.
He took the Z.
Rodrigue.
Are you serious?
Rodrigue sells.
Rodrigue sounds
sells,
French.
of
from
course.
Cajun.
French sells, Spanish do not sell. That's the thing. So anyway, I came working for that foundation, and after that, I went to college and I stayed in the United States.
Is this still true today? Do you think that if you seem to be French, you're a hipper person than if you seem to be Spanish?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Look at the French Quarter. It's the Spanish Quarter. But
Spanish architecture.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's not called the Spanish Quarter because nobody wants to identify as Spanish. Well, we don't think it's hip to be Spanish. Why is that?
Because the common discrimination. And
But why would it be more discriminatory against Spanish people than French
because
people?
Mexicans speak Spanish, and Mexicans, where are they?
Yeah, but French people speak French. What's the diff?
Well,
French is less important than Spanish, in your opinion.
Well,
French or nothing.
There's like the idea of sophistication and the
French.
With the French?
the je ne sais quoi of the
Right.
French.
Or
Instead,
I've heard rude.
instead like the Inquisition and stuff like that.
So you still think it's the same today, that people look down on
listen,
you because if you said you were French, we'd think you were
Listen,
groovy.
first city in the United States. Come on, quiz.
First city.
Nac-
St.
St.
Augustine.
St. Augustine, very good. When?
See, good job.
1565. 1565. By the English, no. By
By
the
the Spanish.
by the Vikings, no. By the Spaniards, I know Mexicans
Actually,
were
the
not
Vikings
Spaniards.
were first. in
Yeah,
the
I know, but they
year
didn't.
1000.
I know, but they did not make a city. They didn't. They just came, see. They might born some ships there,
Yeah, the
They do like a
indigenous
Viking.
people gave them a rough time, so they didn't come back anymore.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, they have horns.
You'd think the English would have learned, but
They have horns, so kill them. 1565.
I think
Just remember
Spanish
that.
people are
15.
super cool. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with you, that there's. I
And
mean,
I
you
don't
ought to
know
know
very
because
many
you
French
are
people.
Mexican, so you would know if there's discrimination against Mexican people. But we do the show at Commander's Palace, and it's a similar sort of show to this. And there's a waiter there whose name is Lorenzo. They all have their names on badges. Why does everything sound weird suddenly? I don't know. That's better. They all have their names on badges. This guy's got the most French accent you've ever heard in your life. It's really a serious French accent, but his name is Lorenzo, and he changed it from whatever it is, Francoise or whatever,
Lawrence.
yeah, Laurent or whatever,
Yeah.
because he wasn't getting any tips because people hate the French.
Of course.
Well, that's the
so
opposite
that kind
of what you're
undermines,
saying.
right?
And you can go to Commander's Palace today and see that guy, and he's funny as all hell.
I am.
maybe it was just him and his service.
I'm going to say, oh, hey, Lawrence.
Yeah, or whatever his French
Or
name is.
whoever
But he's
you
got
are.
the most French accent you've ever heard. So maybe it's just whatever nationality you are in America, you think you're discriminated against. Because
I never feel discriminated, and when I feel discriminated, I make money with that. So I have a Mexican restaurant. I don't cook. I never work in the restaurant field, neither my family, but I'm selling my culture. So I'm selling the fact that I'm the Mexican in New Orleans. I don't feel like a victim. I don't feel discriminated. I'm actually make money with my accent,
Right.
with my nationality, with my,
okay, drop the accent and talk to you like a regular voice now that you're not selling anything.
Well, you guys don't know, but Mr. Grant wrote a movie for Cheech Marine. So
I know a lot about it.
Cheech Marine do not have an accent. He only pretend to have an
He
accent.
does. He puts it on in the movies. He tries to sound like you.
Yeah.
I know.
But he doesn't have an accent.
Can you drop your accent? Can you speak in an American accent if you pretend to?
It will be like an impersonation,
But can you
Let's
do
hear
it?
it. Let's
Well,
hear
let's hear it.
People
Come on,
ask me
Hugo.
to do it. I can't do it
Yeah.
at all.
Well, I can say the F word with no accent.
Okay.
Jackie Chan can do it.
Jackie Chan. People ask me to speak in an American accent, and I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. But
Oh, dude.
I can't do it. I
Can't say cool,
because I
dude.
can't tell that. Can you tell you have an accent? I can't tell that I have an accent.
You
at
have
all.
an accent.
Yeah, I know,
You
but
sound
I
beautiful.
don't hear it myself. Do you hear your own accent?
No.
So you don't think you have an accent?
So it's
right?
everybody around you that has the accent. Is that what you're saying?
But no, I don't hear it at all. I think
We
you
all
just
do.
get used to how you
Yeah.
sound to yourself, and you're not listening to yourself
I
speaking.
get disappointed when I travel around and you know I tell people I'm from New Orleans and they say, oh, you don't have it doesn't sound like it. You know, I don't know
Right.
where
What are
to
you
get
supposed
that
to
from.
sound
What was I,
like?
was I supposed to go to the DMV and get it? I don't know.
Well, I don't
You
think
know?
anyone knows.
And
what a
what's
New
it
Orleans
supposed to
accent
sound
is.
like?
Yeah.
Well, because
there's
what happens is
folks in
people
Algiers
in
who's got
New
it.
Orleans sound like us, but then you've got your Chalmette and your outside areas that have
Gentilly.
the Yat accent, which is what people equate as the
New
New
Orleans,
Orleans
yeah.
accent.
Right.
But really, we are accentless. I got told I sounded like I was from Ohio. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what people in Ohio sound like. Maybe they sound like you.
Me, apparently.
Yeah. You look like you could be from
I
Ohio.
feel like I'm from
Yeah.
Ohio right now.
You do? You have that Ohio feeling? Hey, so Aziza, where did your dad came from? Did you say Libya?
Yes.
You did. Thank God I got that right. What brought him over here?
He came as a student in the
Oh, I like you.
in the early 70s, and he ended up meeting an American woman, falling in love, and they went back to Libya. My parents.
You dragged your
And-
mom back to Libya.
Yeah,
How
they
did you
lived
like
there for a
that
couple
one?
of years, but
In Tripoli?
actually in Benghazi, the other largest city.
So your dad is from Benghazi.
He's from Benghazi, and he really didn't like Gaddafi, and he was protested against what was happening there, and it became very difficult for them to live there. So they came back to the United States and settled in the Washington D.C. area, and that's.
So you could come and go from Libya under Gaddafi. That's it.
Well, I could have Libyan citizenship if I claimed it, but I haven't been able to travel to Libya yet in my life, but I would love to.
You would like to have Libyan citizenship. That would be a handy passport to have. I wonder what country you could go to
Yeah.
that would welcome Libyan.
It would get me investigated every time I
Yeah.
try to enter and exit the U.S.
It sure would. Does your dad does he speak, what do they speak in Libya? Is it
Arabic.
Arabic? Do you speak any Arabic?
No, unfortunately, my parents, they put us in Arabic school when we were growing up, and I just don't think that we were immersed enough in the language. And my dad was excellent and fluent in English, so we didn't really speak Arabic a lot at home. So we just, I have phrases and...
Just as well, because Arabic's a wasted language, right, Hugo? Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought it was only English, Spanish, and computers.
Well, you know.
Arabic is
He's
beautiful.
recanting that
It's
statement.
going back on that.
You're talking about the root of civilization. I'm a historian. That's what I study.
Arabic
so-
is the root of civilization.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
mathematics.
That's right, my dad always said that.
Numbers are
Algebra.
We use Arabic numbers. They 1, 2, 3. They're Arabic numbers, and like the birth of civilization. Put it. Just Arabians and the Greek.
Yeah, and the Arabs really influenced
Oh,
Spanish
yeah.
culture, which
Absolutely.
then
Absolutely.
influenced.
No, I mean.
Okay.
Hats off. Hats off.
Okay, so now we have to take it back about the Arabic language. Is it back in now then?
You can make a lot of money working for the CIA if you want to.
If you speak Arabic? Really? Where do you go for decent Middle Eastern food here? Where does your dad? Does your
Ooh,
parents
you know,
do your
we
parents
have
live here,
some
or did you
good
just move? here?
Pyramid Cafe.
No, yeah, neither of my parents lives here, but we've
still in
got
DC.
some good options,
Where do you
Out
go?
in Chalmette, which, we just mentioned, there's Stella Maris. That place is good.
Stella Maris.
Mona's is good.
I
Mona's?
love Mona's.
Yeah.
Where is Stella Maris?
It's on Judge Perez.
I've
West
never heard
Judge
of that. You ever
Perez.
heard of that, you guys?
There's a little grocery store.
Yeah.
Is it?
Really?
Have you been
Shout out
there?
to
You
Stella
did?
Maris.
Oh yeah.
Stella
It's a-
Maris.
Well, let's
Hidden
talk about
gem.
this
I've never
because
heard of it.
there's places that have great shawarma and there's places that do the gyro great, and they're not the same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you talk about this place, what are they really doing excellently?
Well, they are Palestinian, the couple who owns it, and what they're doing excellently. Yeah, they have excellent. They do have excellent shawarma, falafel, all of their hummuses and different dips and stuff are delicious.
They're humai, yeah.
Exactly.
Don't you wish you could speak Arabic now that you go and order in Arabic?
I do. No
Okay.
one ever thinks I'm Arab. It's disappointing.
No, you don't. You look like you could be from Ohio, like
But that's the
Darcy.
thing. If you go to these countries, you'll see that there's plenty of people who look just like me.
Well, you haven't been to Libya, though, so how would you know that?
I've been to Egypt.
Been to Egypt, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the same? Not really.
They're neighbors.
Are they? Do they have a border?
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty hard to geographically figure out what goes on past Texas.
Are you sure you're not American?
I know. I can never think about that. Are you good at geography, Andrew? Are you any good at it?
I'm okay, I guess. Yeah.
I can never picture. Glenn, are you like an educated guy? Glenn, you're an attorney, aren't you?
I am.
And you also play in a rock band.
I do.
Which one are you really? Are you like an attorney who plays in a rock band, or are you a rock musician who's an attorney by day?
I think I'm a rock musician who's an attorney by day.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you're going to give it all up and become a drug addict?
No.
What's the plan with Darcy Malone and the Tangle Band then?
The plan with Darcy Malone and the Tangle is to take over the world. No, it's...
So you're going to have to quit your day job?
Yeah, well, if I'm faced with that decision, oh well.
When would you be faced with it? How many records do you have to sell? So here's the new record.
We don't know. We're living in the moment.
Okay, well, here's the moment. I'm holding the record right in my hand. Darcy
See,
Malone
this
and the
is
Tangle.
an
It's
exciting moment
Still Life.
to be holding it. Yes.
Is the name of the new CD. Is it out yet?
It is not. It's going to be officially released on the
25th.
25th.
So if you
And
listen
then
to
we're
this
having
before the 25th of what month are we talking about?
25th
this
of
month,
March.
like, as in next
What month
week.
is it?
March.
March. 25th of March, 2016.
And
If you listen to that-
March 26th is our CD release party at Tipitina's.
Okay.
Exciting.
All right.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So after it comes out on the 26th of March, where can we steal it?
Then it will be in Louisiana Music Factory.
We can't
or
steal
the
it from there,
Mushroom.
but can we
well,
steal
don't
it?
steal it.
Well, no one's going to buy it, for sure.
We are going to be.
I can tell you that. In case you were wondering if you're going to get your money back on this.
We'll be on the streaming channels and Spotify. That's been a big band meeting.
Yeah, yes.
The
So you had a big
Spotify.
band meeting. Should we be on Spotify? or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, walk us through that. How
Yeah,
Have
let's
you
talk
had that
about
talk, Andrew?
Andrew
Oh
can
yeah,
help you
well,
out
not
with
just
this,
with
too.
myself, really, but yeah, let's talk about it.
So who
Did you
took what
guys-
side?
Oh, man.
Do you guys
Well-
remember Titty Bingo? Do you guys remember
Say it
Titty
again.
Bingo? No?
No, what is
Did
that?
you say Titty
That was like
Bingo?
in the 90s. Yeah, Titty
I
Bingo.
thought he
T-
said Titty Bingo, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
going to.
Titty
If
Bingo.
I was
No.
there, I don't remember.
There were 5 attorneys. There
Uh-huh.
were 5 attorneys from Houston who then came to New Orleans. For 6 months, they used to put stickers all over like the French Quarter. Titty Bingo, Titty Bingo, Titty Bingo. They used to put the stickers on the gambit every week for 6 months.
Right.
This is like 91 to 92 around. And then they were announcing Titty Bingo coming from Houston. They were 5 attorneys
Right.
with all the money of the world. They have like the equipment of Pink Floyd, they have like trailers and all that, and everybody went to see Titty Bingo. It sounded like a Titty Bingo.
Were they?
Whatever that sounds like.
So
I
they-
want to sue them. I want to sue them
So
for
wait,
like
marketing, you can only get so far.
we paid $10 for the concert, and everybody's like, we need our money back. They're attorneys.
Well,
can really-
I can vouch for Glenn and say that he's definitely a musician who is an attorney.
Thank you.
But he plays smashingly.
He's no Titty Bingo.
He is no Titty Bingo.
I'm no Titty Bingo.
I'm
When-
still-
None
I
of
just
us.
still have
Not
this
even
image
me.
in my-
I hope.
So go back to the Spotify conversation.
Yeah.
As
So-
an attorney, Glenn, what side were you on the Spotify?
So the
discussion?
Spotify, as the attorney mind and me split the baby, what we say.
Like King Solomon.
Yeah, the big dilemma is for up and coming artists, Spotify, you want to get the exposure that Spotify can offer, but by the same time, when you're putting a record out or a CD or an album out and trying to sell it, you're kind of undermining your own sales potential. So it's trying to balance the exposure with the potential for sales. And we figured out a way that we'll put some of our songs on Spotify, make it available, but not the entire album. So, hopefully to pique the interest
Hopefully
of
to
listeners.
entice people to buy
Yeah.
the record.
I don't think that's a bad idea. But I was kind of on the same, same mind frame. I think you cannot deny that Spotify offers such exposure that you cannot get otherwise. Pandora is a beautiful thing too. That algorithm works while you sleep, and I think anyone in a position akin to mine that that wants to try to, get their sales up by getting off of Spotify, I think they're seeing it wrong. You have to. There's a tipping point where you can start to think that way, but it's not anywhere near where I am personally. And I think you have to side with the exposure in the climate of the music business as it stands right now. That's the way that you have to be, I think, and any other way is probably an antiquated notion. This is a new model of business. And the money is elsewhere.
I talked to my dad about this for a long time because he came from
let's talk about your dad is Dave Malone and the Radiators.
Right. He came from the time when people actually bought records.
Right.
And so now we're in this different, it is now, it's completely different. And for an up-and-coming band like us that needs the exposure, I mean, we could keep it from Spotify to help sales, but that doesn't mean we're going to sell anything.
So this compromise that you made about only putting so many songs on the album, who came up with that? Was that you, Glenn?
It was a group effort.
You guys were fighting about it?
We have 6 members in this band.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was,
you
had a couple of us
Court,
that wanted to put the whole thing, and then you had some that felt we should hold some of it for a little bit to try and entice sales. Mm-hmm. And so the compromise was that we would put some songs for 6 months. Is that right?
Yeah.
For 6 months, and then
so
and then make it available.
Well, so the model is then that I'm going to listen to 3 or 4 songs from Darcy Malone and the Tangle, and I'm going to love them so much I'm going to buy them from somewhere else.
That's the hope.
That's your hope.
Yeah, iTunes, Amazon, physical copy.
I still buy records. I think there are people that do, but I also stream on Spotify.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think when I hear a name, I go on Spotify and I look for it. If it's not there, then I'm I wonder, what's going on there?
Right.
Am I, is this person? I don't know. I wonder if it's not on there.
No,
what's
that's
going
true.
on?
That's the point I was going to make. Is if you see a sticker or something of this band that you've never heard of, the first
Titty
thing you
bingo
do
is go to
and look
Spotify.
on your phone at Spotify to try and hear what's this band about. And if they're not there, you're like,
Right.
Yeah.
And what? Sorry, go on.
Oh, just I like your model though, because I think if you have kind of a loyal fan base and you put out some of the songs for 6 months, that loyal fan base is going to get fed up with not hearing the other songs, and you'll get some more sales from that. But the outstretch of your splash of putting out a record will start to get to people in 6 months. And right about then, you'll have those people in Idaho who might hear about you and check Spotify, and there the whole record might be by then. I think, I kind of like that, guys. So, right on.
It's an interesting idea, but
appreciate
it'll be interesting to see if it works.
Well, we'll let you know.
How would you know?
Well, I wonder how you will know.
You won't.
We'll come back in 6 months and tell you. And it'll either be
I don't know how you measure it. I mean, there's
we had a guy on the show, Joel Little, who wrote the song for Lorde. The artist Lorde?
Yes.
That was they won the Grammy for Song of the Year 2 years ago, I guess it was now, or last year. And that Lorde album sold, if you're sitting down, you ready for this? Which was a worldwide smash hit. In the United States, it sold 760,000 albums.
What?
That was it. 760,000 albums. And he said on the show, you can go back and listen to it, his check from Spotify was somewhere under $100.
Right. Well, that's
for
the
a
whole
worldwide smash hit. So it probably doesn't matter if you put 4 songs or 10 songs on there.
Yeah.
So then where do the artists make their money? Is it the shows?
Yeah, it's
Is that
performance.
how you get?
Actually, it's merchandise.
Licensing.
It's merchandise, licensing, sync rights.
I think merchandise from shows. Like if I go to a show and buy, especially vinyl these days, if you buy that, it's like you're taking something from that show, especially if it's like a band that you love. I'll know that I got this at the show. At least that's how I am.
Are you selling
Maybe I'm
Glenn,
No, I think that's right.
Glenn Newbauer shirts or?
We do have Darcy Malone and the Tangle shirts.
Okay.
None specific to me.
There's no Glenn Newbauer in the Tangle shirts yet.
No, not
It's in the works. But
if you have like a sort of favorite person in the
bandmates.
band, that you could buy a specific thing. I just met this guy today. This could be good for you. This guy's got, this place on Broad Street called Idea, IDIYA. It's a maker space. There's a guy there, Frank how would you pronounce that? Lopicolo. Frank Lopicolo. And he makes individualized T-shirts and anything that can be printed in 15 minutes, and it's cheap as hell. Huh. So you could have a special Glenn Newbauer edition
I'm all
Darcy
for
Malone and
that.
the Tangle.
I'll tell you right now.
Call that guy up and tell him I
I
sent
think
you.
we should have a T-shirt with just Glenn's face
Yeah.
on it.
You could do it.
That'll sell.
Yeah. Hey, why don't we take a listen to something Darcy Malone and the Tangle original music right now?
Okay.
Because we have guitars
Yeah.
here and we've got microphones, so let's do it. What are we
Let's
gonna?
do it.
What are you gonna
Yeah.
play for us?
We're gonna play Still Life.
The Still Life off the
Title
album.
track.
Still
Final
Life.
track.
Yes,
Okay.
we've
It's
the title
not
track.
done it acoustic, so this
Never
will
done
be
it.
new.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
cool.
completely winging this today.
But
Okay.
hey,
Well, why
sometimes
not?
that's how magic happens, right?
All right.
Oh,
So
Is
Chris,
this a billable hour
this
for?
looks bad. This looks bad.
good question.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's paying for this. That's a good point. One of his clients is on the hook for an hour of this. Okay, so Chris Boy is here as well.
Yes.
Chris, say hello. Hello.
So Chris, you might have to come in so we can hear you here. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to pick that up. Okay.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
It's gonna be great. I guess I should sing into the mic, yeah? I'm pretty loud though. Alright.
Wait, let me tune up. Since I just hit it against the wall behind me.
Guitar players.
This is a new thing I've never seen. It's got a built-in tuner. Andrew, have you ever seen that before? I've never,
Sure have you.
never seen that. It's like a
Pretty good.
$15.
It's like a calculator sort of thing set into the guitar. Very groovy. Okay.
All right, so, right?
You're just showing us all up, aren't ya? Okay, ready?
All right.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what a woman! Oh, what a woman!
Yeah. Darcy Moran and Tangle are at least half of the band here.
What a treat.
Yeah, that was good.
How did you guys like that for a first time?
It felt good.
All right.
The question is, how did you like it?
What did you think, Aziza?
Catchy, very
Loved
catchy.
it. You got a new fan.
Yeah.
You go
Awesome,
ahead.
thank you.
You hear a
I'll
lot
have to go
of
on
music.
Spotify.
Radio hit.
We have CDs there.
Radio hit.
Radio hit.
Okay.
No, we
Andrew?
brought a CD for everybody
Fun.
to have.
You got a CD. Okay, very good. So who wrote that?
All of us.
Okay, so who wrote the lyric?
That was this guy back here, Chris.
So what does it mean exactly?
So maybe
Well,
we should have Chris
I'm a still
jump
life.
in here.
Well,
Sure.
it's a
Is he gonna-
long. Chris, do you want me to speak for you? This is always an issue.
As
in the band.
usual.
We're married, you know.
Right, you and Chris, not you and the whole band.
Yeah, they're always like, "Well, you always speak for Chris," but
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
he's the
Someone's
silent.
so you can speak on his behalf, unless he has a problem with that.
That's why you're a good duo.
Well, in short, the song is about a person who lives their life just through an image, basically thinking that an image is all that matters, and eventually realizing that it's what's on the inside that counts, and that when you break through that, you can actually live a fulfilled life. It's not just about what's on the outside; it's on the
Fulfilled
inside.
life, still
yeah,
life. That was nice.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
so that's what. Hey, Chris, can you turn me up a little bit? That's what Never Did Know Right from Wrong.
Right.
It refers to.
Right. It's
And the
kind of-
difference between-
the exact story is it's a woman who's now old and she's looking back at her life and realizing she was once a model who used her image to get work and get money, and she starts to realize that she thought that's all she had to offer, but really there was more. And there's our world today is so worried about self-image and what you look like, and really, we're all such interesting people in our own way, and
No, I wouldn't say that.
Absolutely.
You think we all are? Do you really?
Yeah.
Not all of us. Come on.
on.
You sell yourself long.
I think people's image on Facebook is much more interesting than people usually. Don't you think?
Yeah, but the key word there is image.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point. You want that's you. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it?
the selected, outtakes of life that I want to portray on Facebook.
right.
Right. But isn't that always the way? Don't you guys find that, though, that all your friends look like they're having this awesome life on Facebook?
I think about that all the
Yeah.
time.
Do you? Are you thinking about it right now?
I'm thinking about it now.
But that's the same as that's the Burger King menu thing that you look up at the thing. That's the one picture that they took of the thing that if you actually ate it, it wouldn't be edible. They're just taking the pictures of the beach, but they don't take a picture of when they're at work and stressed or anything. It's always their beach photo.
But that's what the song is
Right.
about, is what you're saying,
Right.
right? That's
Yeah.
our image is so much more exciting than our real life, isn't it? I mean, you can be exciting on Facebook, and
I think
I don't
that's
know.
what people think nowadays, but I don't know. For me, I'd much rather speak to a person and get to know them, and I don't care what they look like or who
Really?
they are. If they took a great selfie, to me, it's about who they are.
I think
inside.
I think there's something to be said about authenticity, and that seems to be maybe in short supply these days.
yeah. But does anybody care? Does anybody want an authentic person anymore? Wouldn't you rather just have someone who looks
Depends.
I
like?
don't
Well,
know, but I want to make them try.
It depends on whether you're looking for art or entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know I want to be authentic for my own self.
What are you going to be authentically what exactly, though?
Well, I just want to be authentic in terms of expressing myself, who I really am, and not trying to portray an image, and really express myself the way I know how and the way that makes me happy. And
But who's listening? Does anybody care about that?
I'm listening.
Okay.
And that's the one that cares. And I think if everybody did that,
Yeah, but nobody's doing it.
you're right, nobody's doing, but if everybody did do it, I think the world could be a very different, better place.
Yeah, but then we'd
Yeah.
have way too many records on Spotify. So.
Yeah, I know. Too much competition, right, Andrew?
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, Darcy, you also work at a school, right?
Yeah.
So you're in touch with kids all the time. Mm-hmm. What is the new generation of young kids? Because this is an elementary school you work at. Are they, what's their relationship to themselves and social media?
Oh, I work kindergarten through 5th, and there are very few kids that have that relationship yet. However, I will say that this year we've seen a lot more racial issues come out, a lot more just inappropriate words, things like that. And you know where they're getting it from is, from media, but could be television, anything. Could be their parents, I don't know. But they genuinely, you look at the kindergartners and they're so innocent. And they start off so innocent, and then you look at the 5th grade and I've watched a lot of these kids grow, and you can see like all of a sudden they have opinions about really, really big things, and they do learn a lot on the internet. I don't know if they're on social media, but even just going online and even just watching the news with their parents or anything like that, I think they're exposed to a lot more than we were as kids.
Well, the good news is we have an anthropologist at the table.
We do?
Aziza is an anthropologist.
Oh, cool.
I'm not quite sure what that is exactly, though.
It's just the study of humans, past and present.
That's it? The
That's
study
it.
of humans, past and present. Well, we're all humans. How are we making out?
Man.
Yep.
Anthropology,
Study
of man.
Study of man.
I trust Hugo to come out with the etymology of that word.
All right. So you're a real anthropologist, trained anthropologist.
Yes, I am.
So what point are we at in our evolution, if that's the word?
Well, when we talk about human evolution in my class at Delgado, I always urge students not to speculate too much about human evolution because it takes place at such a massive time scale that it's really hard for us to comprehend. So, for instance, hominids, which are all human ancestors, didn't appear until about 6 to 7 million years ago, are upright walking ancestors. And that is, if you compressed all of Earth's history into 1 year, it would be like the moment before midnight on New Year's Eve.
That's where we are now.
So
we're pretty insignificant.
Yeah, and Homo sapiens, our species, has barely been around 200,000 years.
But you're talking about evolution, like physical evolution.
And so you're saying cultural evolution.
I'm talking about cultural evolution. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's this famous quote from a Greek philosopher. I want to say it's like Aristophanes, but I can't remember exactly who. And it's talking about, it sounds like it could have been said today. And he's saying, the youth today are disrespectful. They don't listen to their elders. They talk and they don't study and they're lazy. And it's written, in 2000 BC or something. And so, I think we're always concerned about the youth. We're always concerned that, well, I didn't have the internet growing up. I wasn't exposed to these things, but
it's a history you don't know, right?
Yeah, it's what every parent says, right?
Yeah.
Nothing new, like back in the Greeks, back to the Greeks.
They're worth nothing as well. Remember
when
that.
they used to make, talking about real and like sincerity, they used to make sculptures, and the sculptures that they were filled with wax,
right.
They were, all over Greece. The ones that they were with cera, which is the word for wax, they were the sin cera, like the ones without wax. So like the fake ones, Miro used to criticize all these sculptures that they make, sculptures with wax. He made sculptures with rocks, with stone, the real sculptures. So he was one of the very first ones, 450, BC, talking about what is real, what is sincerity, and this is where the word is coming from, sincerity, without wax.
Huh.
Without wax, you are real.
Right.
You're a rock, you're a stone, you were made by, from scratch. So, right now, I don't do Facebook. I have Facebook because my family is a way to communicate. I have respect for like what happened in Egypt, or like when I'm at the border, then the cartels are there and people communicate in a Facebook, like, next block something's gonna happen. It's an amazing tool. But at the same time, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, they just created a huge and I work for the service industry right now. And many of us working in the service industry, we think we work for people that are not very considerate, intelligent, or anything, So not really. I mean, it's really bad to serve people, but it's a therapy for me. I mean, sometimes to serve people that they are not to my IQ, and I have to say, it takes a lot of humility, and a lot of common sense.
Well, they're paying
to serve
you,
people, but they're not buying me. They're buying drinks.
Yeah,
they're buying drinks.
But someone. So you're saying that you're serving someone a drink and they're thinking something that you have to be less than them because you're behind a bar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's their own stupidity. They don't realize it.
Thank you. We just try to make them to have a good time. I mean, you come with money. I want to try to make the best experience that you can. But if that involves to put down my servers, my bartenders, or my establishment, or me, it's not possible.
What percentage of people treat you like that? Exactly?
Well, there is this thing. I mean, you go to a Japanese restaurant and you drink Sapporo or you have sake. You go to a Mexican restaurant for lunch and you get iced tea. Okay.
All right.
So there is some expectations about a Mexican restaurant. We do fish, we do poultry, we do pigs. We do pork, beef. Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But somehow people expect to be cheaper because it's Mexican. It's like, I don't really get it. We make the shrimp. We make the shrimp. I pay the same price for a shrimp. Gold shrimp, the same shrimp. That somebody that is not even in the five, untangible cultures of food, which are the Italians, the French, the Spaniards, Middle Eastern, and Asia, and Mexico. In Mexico, Cajun culture is not even close to. There is no USA, there is no England, there is no Norway.
You're absolutely right, because we do think of Mexican restaurants as cheap.
So I'm paying. I'm paying the same for shrimp, but you guys expect the fish taco because it's a taco.
Wow!
Because it's a taco,
that's
supposed to be cheap.
So what you're saying is that people extrapolate from that to you. Therefore, you must be stupid.
Well, but
something like that.
But aren't tacos originally street food? So therefore, I guess the question would be, if you're not making street food, which is inherently cheap, what makes your taco, the next echelon of street food, so to speak?
This is where I'm going. I'm banning tacos from Casa Borrega.
Nice.
I'm banning tacos from Casa Borrega. We don't have tacos in Casa Borrega.
That could be like your mom.
We have no tacos.
There's no taco joint.
That's really cool.
When John Besh is having tacos in his place, it's totally uncool for me. So I'm banning tacos. But you see, I'm the only Mexican restaurant which is not coming from a taco truck. I'm opening a taco truck right now.
Cool.
Like in a month. We don't have the overhead, the taxes, the maintenance that you have in a restaurant. So you can give cheap food, street food. This is where I'm going. I actually believe that. I do believe that tacos is supposed to be cheap. That's why I'm banning tacos from Casa Borrega.
I love that.
You're totally entitled to expect that the taco is $2 or $3. $2.
Yeah.
$2-3. No, $5. No, but that only will happen without your overhead.
Right.
Your taxes, your rent, your blah, blah, blah,
But, I mean, do you think about, like, a happy hour with some tacos to get them in? And then maybe, we spent, 6 months at Casa Borrega. You are a great man of the house. You might be behind the bar, but you're not only owner, you are a host. So I wonder, if it's something where there's a happy hour and a few tacos for $2 a piece that you run for a year or so just to get people in the door, and then you give them a little piece of an enchilada. Be like, try that, buddy. That sort of thing.
We can do that, but you see what happened? The place is too small. I don't have the capacity. But back where I live, Grant. Yeah, I mean, some people just expect either that you have an accent, you're stupid. No, see, seriously.
Yeah, I hear you.
But isn't that great, though?
Well, that's
that great.
Or you have a Mexican food, you're supposed to be cheap.
Yeah.
Or somehow they expect me with a sombrero. I mean, I have leopard.
Sombrero.
I have leopard. I have leopard like Italian glasses, but I don't wear a sombrero. my head is too big for a sombrero.
Yeah, but seriously, Hugo.
But that just shows their ignorance.
Yeah, doesn't
the consumers'
I
ignorance.
love that, though. I think someone underestimates you and thinks you're an idiot because you're a Mexican or you have a Mexican accent or you own a Mexican restaurant, therefore you must be stupid. Doesn't that give you a reason to laugh at people and be superior to them and let them think that rather than make you angry?
And that's a great therapy because I'm serving people and I'm making them a great time. You see, I mean, one day there were these frat boys. They're all like Tulane, and I mean, I don't have anything against Tulane because I went to Tulane University. Right. Actually, they were all Tulane. 20, 21, 22, beautiful blonde girlfriends. And
so far it's sounding pretty good.
And like this guy
Another
is like
stereotype.
And like this guy, I
blonde
mean,
girlfriend.
white polos, pink polos, khaki shorts, penny loafers.
They got them on sale, bro.
Yeah.
Was this 83?
Yeah.
Popped collars.
Six of them, three gorgeous girlfriends. Okay, girls, so nice. This guy's like, hey, like, yes, sir. What are the chips? And like, just give me a moment. Do you plan? I mean, do you want me to do something with this salsa? We don't have the chips. Just a second, sir. Just a second. It's like, and they're like, hey, and I said, you know something, dude. I actually function really well when the people use the, as a prefix the word sir or please or something like that. You will get lightning bolt service here. When you use please or sir or ma'am or miss, they look at me like, who are you? And I say, I'm the bosser. I'm just cleaning here. Can I talk to the manager? And I say, well, in this very moment, I'm going to change my voice to the manager. I'm the manager. Like, who are you? It's like, I'm your bosser, okay? And your bosser. So then, I call three girls. Like, help them. Like, help them. All you are going to help them. Three waiters from one table. And then like a woman, is everything okay? Oh, it's wonderful. Food is great. You guys are like, okay, who are you? I'm your bosser. I'm your facilitator. Please come back. Oh, we love the place and everything. I can tell things very clearly, kind of rude, but at the end, they do what I want, which is they love the place and they're coming back. There's like a different way to be, to serve people. They have to notice that you are who you are, and they're not going to buy you. I mean, it's the same. It's the same for an artist, for a musician, for a teacher. You are there, but your dignity is the first thing. If you sell that dignity, in anything you do, maybe that's what Greg says about being real. It's just that dignified thing to do what you love, what you want, your modus vivendi, your modus of you just do it well. Be real, and I think we have that. Many of us here, we have that. Andrew has that. You have that. You didn't take any crap from Chich Marine, right?
I wouldn't say that. But on the other hand, it would be fun to wear a sombrero.
I agree.
That would be pretty fun.
I've got these visions of me in a sombrero, and I'm kind of thinking, might work.
I could get you a job down at Casa Borrega.
Hey, I'll take it.
I don't know if they have tacos in it. Probably you have to ban sombreros as well.
All this taco talk is making me hungry.
I know.
I really want to.
Here you go.
Can
we make bits of tacos called taquitos?
Yeah.
What's the deal with the taco truck? I'm going to get Andrew to play a song in 1 second, but just tell us a little bit about the taco truck. When can we see it?
It's gonna be around town the next month for Jazz Fest.
Nice.
And it's gonna be a Cuban food truck. So we're gonna have Cuban food. I love Cuba. I'm actually going to Cuba the next week to see the Rolling Stones.
Nice.
So I have tickets already.
We talked about that last show that was happening. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You're going specifically to see the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I'm going to see the Rolling Stones.
Awesome.
I haven't seen them 3 times, but this is gonna be like a landmark. I imagine Mick Jagger with like 7, 8 Cuban percussionists starting Sympathy for the Devil. Like all the drums.
Well, that would be
like,
cool.
There will be
You think they're going to
cool.
do that? That would be pretty.
They're going to do that.
That would be
They're going to do that.
That would be
They're
really
going to
cool.
do that because they always do that when it's something like that. So, I'm going to Cuba. I love Cuba. I've been in Cuba many times, and I think New Orleans deserves a really good Cuban food truck.
What's it going to be called, the truck?
It's going to be called La Habana with a B, which
Okay.
is like the
Like
Spanish,
Havana. Yeah.
like the Spanish accent.
La Habana.
No, like Havana, but Habana, which
Havana.
is like the Spanish,
I think
name for the
you're
capital.
going to do well with that, I would think.
But not only that, I'm going to introduce like a really cool idea. I have this Cuban musician that is going to be playing outside the taco truck. So we're going to promote, because he's Jazz Fest. This guy is awesome. He's from La Habana. He's a Cuban musician,
He lives here
I
in
mean,
New Orleans.
Yeah. I mean, your dad, I do admire your dad so much. I saw him with the iguanas at our bar just like a month ago. He's awesome.
Cool.
One of my favorite guitar players
Oh,
here in
thanks.
town. So, I mean, your dad, Greg can tell you that Cuban guitar players, they are like out of this world.
Yeah.
So this
Oh,
guy
cool.
is out of this world. His name is Papo. He sings, he plays, and he's gonna be playing outside like the taco truck.
Very
so we're
good.
gonna do like, it's gonna be something different.
So, are you sure that the
Wow.
taco truck will be up and running for Jazz Fest? Is
Oh,
that
yeah. Oh,
for
yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Because we will be looking.
Yeah.
for
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I got an elevator pitch for you a little bit later, Hugo. I got a little bit of a festival that I'm running. There's a lot of post fests for Jazz Fest, right? All these late night things. I'm doing a little something for the morning people. I like
Count
to call
with
it
me, count with me.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast is my thing,
Breakfast.
and I'd like to tell you about it a little bit later.
Why
I have
wait
a
till
spot.
later? Why not do it now?
Alexis did it with you last
That's
year,
right, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Breakfast last year. It was
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it's got legs, man. It's the idea is
So
to,
where is it? In
Where?
case anyone's
This time
listening.
it's going to be at Bayou Beer Garden both Sundays of Jazz Fest. So
Okay.
you can come out and get your brunch before you go to Jazz Fest on Sunday. We'll be set up at the stage at Bayou Beer Garden. I'm still booking the talent, so it sounds like maybe this Cuban black guy
Come
might
with
have
me.
a spot. But I'm thinking we've got actually Wayfair is going to donate some food to be a sponsor.
Okay.
As well as Mid-City Pizza going to donate some pizza. We're still early in this game, but still have some slots available both for food and music. So I'm thinking, I don't know, Casa Borrega and this Cuban guy are sounding pretty good to me for breakfast.
So Sundays.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
Yeah,
What about
that's
Saturdays?
Saturday could work, but Sunday brunch is better than Saturday brunch.
It-
All right,
it-
well,
he's
I'm just saying
right.
because we're playing Jazz Fest Saturdays.
Well, we'll come find it.
So Dusty Malone and the
But
Tangle.
we'll be there Sunday
We'll
for
find
sure.
them
So hang on, Dusty Malone and the Tangle is at Jazz Fest on what? The first
The first
Saturday?
Saturday.
First Saturday.
First Saturday. Okay,
Yeah, April
congratulations.
23rd.
That's serious.
That's pretty cool.
Wow,
Yeah, but the
we're
thing is,
very
when you
cool.
come out to breakfast and you drink all those mimosas and Bloody Marys, you're not going to be ready to play a show. You want it to be on Sunday.
Well, you're
Yeah,
right.
I'm
You're
with
right.
you
Yeah.
on
It's
that.
gonna be our after show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
good.
stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds
that's
good,
really
Andrew.
cool.
That's
Okay,
great.
Andrew, let's play something before we have to get
Please,
out
I
of
bet.
here.
Bet. I wonder
Yeah,
if
we wanna hear
Hugo,
it.
wonder if Hugo can borrow a guitar. See if Hugo can add some stylings to this, because
Right.
Okay.
Hugo.
last time we played something together was at Casa Borrega a long, long time ago. So let's see how this goes.
What did you guys do last time?
I don't remember.
Hey, I could do these sponsor messages pretty quickly while you're getting tuned up. Hey, thanks very much today to the people who made our show possible. Specifically, Basic Swim and Gym, where they have a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with style. Basic Swim and Gym is on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue. Go check them out. You can even park your car right outside. Now, they've almost finished all the road works down there, believe it or not. You can also, thank you too to Hangover Destroyer, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover, which you're going to need. Go to the Hangover Destroyer website, it's hdestroyer.com. Write the words happy hour in the coupon code, and you can get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer, so you too can seize the dawn. Background music by Andrew Duhon and Hugo Montero, which we're now segueing into.
Yeah, sorry, we're just spur of the moment there doing some
That was
ad background.
beautiful.
That was
Let's
very
play
nice.
a song. Oh shucks, you guys are lying. Thanks a
come
lot.
Not at all.
Not at all. Come on, Andrew.
All right, this song's in G, Hugo. It was a one-bedroom shack of mine, me and my girl for plaque of mine. Take a Sunday drive down to Vacherie for a six-pack and a daiquiri, 'cause nobody's selling nearby. Just me and my girl, black and mine.
Stop by the levee for a tank of gas, while the bridge is up to let the shrimp boat pass. Pumped up the cheap stuff, said, baby, give me something sweet, and she smacked her ass. Her love was a song I didn't know the words to, but I believe it'll come to me in time. I never told her, but I hope she knew. A little girl from Plaquemine. We was out there by you drinking on a late night. Found a paddle boat that we could untie. I was fishing and she went skinny dipping past my cane pole line. I said, now look out, Mom, you're gonna get hooked on me, I'ma get hooked on you. And I know you don't want me to. Just a one-bedroom shack of mine, me and my girl from Plaquemine. Take a Sunday drive to Vacherie, get a six-pack in a daiquiri, nobody selling nearby. Her love was a song I didn't know the words to, but I believe that it'll come to me in time. I guess I never told her, but I hope she knew. Little girl from Plaquemine, a little girl from Plaquemine.
Yes, very nice.
Hey, thanks, Joe.
Andrew Duhon and Hugo Montero together.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you very much. That was lovely. Is that a new song or an old song?
Yeah, just messing with that today. I don't know.
It's a brand new song.
Yep.
How about that? First time you ever played it?
Yep.
Come
I
on.
love that.
Okay.
My dad's from
Good
Edmonton,
job.
So I love the Vacherie reference.
Nice, yeah.
Hugo, how did you enjoy playing along with that?
I was waiting for my solo, but maybe next time.
Well, next time is going to have to be some other time because it's time for us to get the hell out of here now. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. That's been Happy Hour. Aziza Bayo has been here. Aziza, where can we find you on the internet? Anywhere?
I'm on Facebook, but I try not to.
Oh, God, no. We hate
curate my
Facebook
image
now.
too much.
Oh, boy.
No.
Okay, so we can...
I don't have a website.
So we're not looking for you on Facebook. We can find Casa Borrega online on Facebook and the new La Habana taco truck.
And
Look out for
Instagram
that.
too,
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see it at Breakfast. Who knows?
Yeah.
And the brand new album by Darcy Malone and the Tangle is called Still Life. You can steal that, some of it at least, off Spotify, and the rest of it you're just going to have to buy. That is Happy Hour for another week. Thank you so much for joining us. The producer of our show is Graham DePonte. Our associate producer and technical director is Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our music director, and our theme music was written by and is currently being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show and you can sit around a table for about an hour, drop us a line. Our address is on our website. It's neworleans.com. We can also find plenty of other happy hours to listen to, as well as some other shows we make here. Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace, where you can meet Lorenzo, the French waiter. True to the Game with Chris True, Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss and the Man Who Ate New Orleans, Ray Canata, Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tucker, Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, and the podcast about death. Death, the podcast with psychologist Dr. Ariane Alfant. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and itsbatonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on the aforementioned Facebook, Twitter, and a bunch of other time-sucking social media. On all of it, we're called It's New Orleans, where you can find photos from this show as well as on itsneworleans.com and also on our Facebook page. The photos are taken by the fabulous Alison Moon. There she is over there. If you're listening to this on iTunes or on Stitcher or some other podcast app, thank you for subscribing to us. Take a moment if you can to stop what you're doing and rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass and have a wonderful brunch here on Saturdays and Sundays. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting. For itsneworleans.com, Andrew Duhon, everyone around the table here at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Grant Morris. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
Heads up, denim lovers. Old Navy's biggest denim sale ever is here. All jeans are on sale up to 60% off. Styles start at just $12 for adults, $8 for kids. Plus, this Saturday and Sunday only, don't miss the Jean a Day giveaway. Want a free pair of Old Navy's all-new jeans? Stop in for your chance to win and for up to 60% off all jeans. Now at Old Navy. Valid 9/16 to 9/24. Excludes in-store clearance. 5 per day per store. Select styles. Jean giveaway in stores only. See stores for details.